Good morning. Everything is not frozen. It's a warm 40-degree morning. And today we're kind of stuck doing distances. It's either going to have to be like a 16-mile day or like a 28 to 30-mile day. And I think we're camping above a tree line on an exposed ridge. So that's kind of what this next stretch looks like. There's just too much like above tree line in this section. So we're doing like a 16-mile day and camping on a flat spot on a ridge somewhere, I think is what I'm aiming for. And I think in about 10 or 11 miles or so, I think Georgia Pass, I think that's where the CDT and the Colorado Trail kind of split up permanently. So we're getting pretty close to where that separation happens. Well, I think I definitely hit the southbound bubble of the Colorado Trail hikers. I haven't even gone half a mile this morning. I've already run into 2 people going south and about 15 tents on the side of the trail. I was all alone where I was camped, but everybody else camped kind of just beyond me. Tons of people out here on the Colorado Trail now. I guess it's an okay time to start. There's still a lot of snow out here, but it's melting. Making our way down to the bottom of a valley here before climbing up to the next ridge. There's the North Fork of the Swan River. I feel like I've seen 100 people on trail already this morning. It's like being back on the AT. Some kind of major dog kennel complex up here. I hear these guys barking for 2 miles away. There's the middle fork of the Swan River. I think this is the last water source till we get to camp for tonight. There's supposed to be like a small running stream towards the top of the ridge where we're going to be near. I want to make sure I'll load it up here. Well, this morning was pretty easy, all downhill mostly. Now it's all uphill for the rest of the day. Getting above tree line up on the ridges. Seeing very small snow patches. I think I'm somewhere around 11,500 feet. The uphill hasn't been bad. It's been a decent grade. It's just kind of a long slog of an uphill. I can see some ridges up there above tree line. Got a little ways yet, I think, before the trees go away, but the whole rest of the afternoon is all going to be above tree line on ridges, and then camping up at the top somewhere. Probably gonna be the highest I've ever camped. That big mountain across the way is Mount Guyot. That's not part of the trail, just south of us. Just a little bit further up and we'll be coming on the split, I think, where the CDT and the CT go their separate ways. I think this is our trail split junction where it crosses a dirt road. Colorado Trail and the American Discovery Trail go up that way. And the CDT continues following back up this dirt road. We're only on this dirt road for just a little bit, and then it takes that little trail up the top of the ridge. I can see 2 CDT hikers up there ahead of me. But it's been way overcrowded this morning. I've passed at least 100 Colorado trail hikers going south. It's been crazy. If I was doing the Colorado Trail this year, I wouldn't start until August. There's just way too much snow out here even still. There's some extremely steep uphills. I'm on the ridge. Now it's just bouncing up and down between the peaks here. There's looking back behind. I think this is the high point for the day. I'm on top of Whale Peak. Just over 13,000 feet. I'm only looking at going another mile or so. Kind of following that snowy ridge. Well, looks like the trail's good with avoiding all the cornices for now. On this little ridge line at least. Well, looks like I do have to touch snow for just a little bit today. Well, one of those two out there is Gray's Peak, which we're definitely going over. We may be going over both of those. I'm not sure what the other one is exactly. There's some cool colors in some of these hills. I'm a little bit below the trail. It's just up above there, above this snow berm. But it's all melting, and we get a nice little stream coming out of it. So I'm loading up with water. This is the only water source on this ridge line until about 10 miles or so from here. So once I'm all loaded up, I'm only looking at camping just kind of a little bit further. There should be a big kind of flat berm hill area. Hopefully not too windy. I got camped all set up. This is kind of the spot I was aiming for, kind of a flat area. Definitely exposed, a little breezy, not too bad. Weather looks good for now though. I don't think there's any storms supposed to be hitting us later at all or anything. And the wind should die down once the sun sets. Well, I got everything settled in the tent. I just cooked up my dinner. Peak refuel meal. If you remember from my PCT hike, these were the ones I was very disappointed with because their water amount proportions were way off. But I decided to give them another chance. It's been a year and they have totally changed their formula. So I started out by putting a little bit of extra water in there because that was the one thing they were but the suggested water level was just not enough for the previous meals I've had. So I dumped a little bit extra in there. It turned out a little bit soupy, which is good because I put a little bit extra water. But there used to also be like an over congealing of the cheese sauce in there. So as soon as you went to stir it too, it would like all just congeal around your spoon and turn into a nasty mess. But that didn't happen at all. So whatever they've done in the last year, they have fixed all their problems. So I think Peak Refuel is good to go in my book again. But I think that's it. We're finishing up some ridgeline walking for tomorrow down into a valley, and that's going to stage us for doing Gray's Peak for the next day. And that's going to be the really bad sketchy traversals that I've been hearing about. So we'll all get to see that fun stuff later. But I think that's it for now. So thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all in the morning. Good morning. I survived the night, camping out above treeline on an open ridge above 12,500 feet. We had one storm that blew by, but it was just light rain, mild windy, but that wasn't too bad overall. And that was it. So weather might be kind of the same, just with some afternoon pop-up showers and stuff. I'm not sure exactly where I'm gonna end up tonight, but it might be on another exposed ridge. We got like 10 miles of ridge walking to do, and then it gets down into a valley for like 5 miles, and then I'm looking at camping kind of at the end of the valley. So another kind of short 15-mile day will put us in a good position to do Gray's Peak and all that for tomorrow. There's the sun coming up above the clouds. There's the rim we're following. Starting out along this dirt road. I've been seeing evidence for mountain goats up here. Tracks, droppings, and sheddings of fur as they're getting rid of their mountain coats. Haven't seen any of the creatures themselves yet, though. I haven't seen a CDT blaze out here since we split from the Colorado Trail. There's no cairns, it's just a very faint line in the grass. Looks like some old mining stuff down at the end of this valley. And we're doing tons of up and down between all these peaks on this ridge. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. I got a whole group of mountain goats coming up the snow patch right in front of me. I can definitely get closer to them. That's awesome. I think there's some baby ones in there too. I was hoping I'd see some mountain goats. Now I'm happy. Yeah, they're just walking right towards me. They're nice and friendly. There's 8 in this group. One of them's a little baby. And I can see one more mountain goat way up on top of a snow patch. So we'll call that 9. Oh, this is awesome. This is exactly what I wanted to see up here. Webster Pass is where I'm at. Just been hanging out with the goats for the last 10 minutes. And I'll let them get on their way and I'll get on mine. Well, we're coming up to the spot where I saw the one extra guy up on the hill up here. And I see 3 of them. And now they look like elk to me. I don't know if we can get much closer before they start running off. Well, no, there's that extra goat right there. So there is one goat by itself. So that's 9 goats and 3 elk we've just seen. Caught up to that one loner goat who was all by himself. And this is the ridge line we're still continuing on. And I found Seawolf. She's out here kicking butt still. She's gonna try to do Grace Peak today. So we'll be around each other for a little bit. I guess we're gonna have a goat visitor now. For a while. Maybe we can keep him if he follows us home. Well, I had stopped for a snack break for a bit. Back on trail. Seawolf went on ahead, and Henry followed her. Henry's the goat, by the way. I caught back up with Henry. Seawolf's at the top of the ridge there ahead of me. We'll be up there in a bit. We made it to the next peak. Here's looking back, the way we came, across all those ridges. There's definitely some weather all around us. Nothing looks too severe, but it's raining in the vicinity. That's where Grace Peak is at. It's definitely raining the worst over there, just to the north of it, it looks like. Well, this is a nice and sketchy knife edge traversal. This one's pretty short though. We'll be on the other side of it shortly. There's some precarious and steep ups and downs. Came from there straight down. Now straight up. Well, I caught back up to Seawolf, saying goodbye to her. She's continuing on the Argentine Ridge. So that's a ridge alternate that goes all the way around and just connects straight to Grace Peak, which is up that way. I'm descending down into the valleys here, and I think I can actually see where I'm going to end up tonight. I don't have much further to go, but I'm going to end up right down there in the bowl end of the valley. And if you look closely, you can actually see where the trail kind of comes back up to the ridge, so that's where it reconnects. This next challenge is actually getting down the valley. The trail goes over that way to that little rim, and there's warning signs in far out about how sketchy the descent is, and it's a big dangerous rock scramble and all that. And there's kind of cornices and snowfield traversals over there. So what I may do is just kind of go across this way and try to get down around all the snow, get into the forest down there, and it kind of looks like there might be a dirt road or something down there. If I can get down there, that'll reconnect down to the base of the valley. So I think that's what I'm gonna do, just bushwhack it around. There's a helicopter right through the valley. There's where the trail comes down up there. Even with no snow, it's gonna be super sketchy. I hope I didn't back myself into a corner. It's so steep you can't even kind of see around the edge at all. It's all rocky. You could easily turn into a dangerous rock slide. I'm going to continue to work my way around and see if I can get down there. There's not much further to go till I get to kind of flatter into the trees, but it's gonna be sketchy for sure. Well, we're making our way down, slow and steady, doing all right. This is something I've learned to love, to embrace about the CDT, is that I know where I am, I know where I need to be, I just need to choose the least dangerous route to get there. Well, we made it through the dangerous bit. Don't try that at home. I don't know if my way was any better than coming down the recommended way, but we made it. Gotta get back to trail. I think I'm gonna stop for a lunch break. Well, definitely raining over there. Mother moose and calf just right down there. I gotta be careful getting around them. Yeah, mother and calf. They're running away. Well, that was exciting, seeing 2 more moose, especially a mother with a young one. That's the dangerous combination. But from here we are getting down into the valley, only like 4.5, 5 miles or so, till we'll be looking for kind of a place to camp. Made it down to Peru Creek. I think I can make this work as a crossing. I think we're following this dirt road all the way up the valley. Peru Creek is down there off the right. That appears to be apparently horrifically contaminated with like old mining sludge runoff. So it's just all kinds of nasty chemicals in there, so you don't want to drink it. But any side stream tributary stuff coming from the side mountain streams, those should be okay to drink. Well, I just got rained on, snowed on, and hailed on for the last 30 minutes. It's blowing off that way. That's the ridge that Seawolf is on. Hope she's hunkering down somewhere. There's some of the old mining remnants. That building's totally crumbling apart. A big beaver dam there. Almost getting to the end of the valley. I can see where the trail cuts across, gets back up to the Argentine Ridge. The Gray's Peak and stuff is right around the corner. I'll be looking to camp just kind of maybe around where the top of the tree line is at, see if I can get tucked in safely around there somewhere. See you at camp shortly. This is the worst part of Peru Creek. There's a reason all these rocks are bleached white. There's some nasty stuff in this water. Well, I got camp up really quick. I'm gonna be hiding in my tent for the rest of the night. It's been raining like every 15 minutes. Kind of in an exposed area. There was nothing in the trees there. And that's all what we're doing for tomorrow morning. So I'll be in the tent. Well, I'm all settled in. I think that's gonna do it for today. There's nothing like camping above tree line when you got lightning striking in the distance. It's probably just going to be continuous rain showers, a couple of lightning strikes until like sunset, as per usual. But tomorrow I'm hoping should be fine. We're going up and over some ridges, up and over some 14,000 foot Gray's Peak, and hopefully we can tackle that nice and early and avoid all the weather. So I think that's going to do it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you all in the morning.